afternoon, Ms. Weber.
Hello.
I'm so glad that you had me in your classroom today observing. I really enjoyed the health lesson that you did with your students. How do you feel the lesson went today?
I think it went well.
What went well?
Well, they love anytime we do a video. I use Brain Pop, and anytime we watch something on there, they love to listen, and they're all quiet and engaged in watching it. So,
Absolutely.
excuse me, that was one of the things they really liked.
Absolutely. I really liked the way you began your lesson with the review from last week with the vocabulary word addictive, and they were able to remember that word, and they remembered what it meant. And then you tied it together so naturally with the medicine lesson for today. I like the way you questioned your children. You did a great job with having them raise their hand if they thought medicine was could help or could not help, or if you thought it was a drug or not a drug. One suggestion I would have would be when you're asking questions like that is to just keep like a little tally. Okay, so maybe 10 of you think it's a drug and 5 of you don't. Let's see if our prediction's going to prevail after we learn some things, and maybe after we learn some information, you may change your prediction.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I really loved the way that before you started your Brain Pop video that you said to the students, one of the things I want you to think about and listen for the answers to this question. So you gave them that purpose for watching the video, which helped them not just, they weren't watching it just to watch it, they had a purpose to watching. I liked how you stopped in the middle of the video to check for understanding. You may want to stop in the middle of the video a few more times, like when they were asking Moby the question and before Moby answered to see what the kids were going to say, or talk to a elbow partner. You know, they don't necessarily have to raise their hand. They can talk to their elbow partner in the on the carpet. But the last thing I liked was the fact that you used the non-example with the syrup. About medicine drinking. You really you led the student to get the correct answer. You helped him. You didn't give up on him when he didn't get it. And then you gave that non-example of pancake syrup, and that's a good, that was definitely a good non-example for the students. So what do you think you'll do differently next time you teach this lesson?
Well, I agree. I liked the way that you suggested to keep a tally, because I normally do like to get that, figure out what they know beforehand and kind of do that pre-assessment of their knowledge. And so I like the idea of keeping a tally of it and then showing them, this is how many, people got it right, that kind of a thing. And I do like the suggestion of elbow partners, because normally I do stop a little bit more in the video, but I was a little crunched for time, so
Understandable.
it didn't happen that way today.
I understand.
But I like that elbow partner idea.
Yeah, it's definitely a good thing to get the kids talking to one another, so they're not so afraid to share in the out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you very much for your time this afternoon.
Absolutely.
Cut. See, that was a much better conference.
It was, because you actually
I took notes. Hey.